Hey there, my name is Jason. I'm a registered polysomnographic technologist, sleep tech, founder of freecpapadvice.com, and the founder moderator of freecpapadvice.com/forum. So what is the best CPAP machine? That completely depends on a absolute ton of factors. What's best? CPAP, BiLevel, or auto servo ventilation, or ASV, or BiPAP ADAPT, or BiPAP auto ASV. It's all the same thing. What's best? Well, this is kind of a tough one to answer because it really matters on you. What are your needs? What's your medical history? If you just have run-of-the-mill sleep apnea, you're healthy otherwise, you have good lung function, probably CPAP is going to be just fine. What if you have sleep disordered breathing that is much worse while you're in REM sleep? You might want an auto CPAP that adjusts incrementally based on your needs. Obviously these need to be set appropriately, but that would be a situation. What if you flip side to side and you're much worse on your back? In that case, again, the auto CPAP would probably work better. If you're the same on your back or your side, doesn't matter, REM versus non-REM, straight CPAP would probably work better for you. Some people actually seem to do worse when they're on an APAP. I think it's because the APAP doesn't respond always that well with things like subtle RERAs that would keep waking you up. RERA stands for respiratory effort related arousal. They're very subtle breathing events that wake you up, but they don't cause oxygen desaturations that are in excess of 4%. Similar to a hypopnea, just bigger desaturation. So if you're having these, sometimes APAP doesn't respond to these, and so you'd do better at a higher level with just straight CPAP. Now, if you're someone that has chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, you would be someone that would probably do much better with BiLevel therapy. And so what BiLevel is, it has a lower pressure, which is the EPAP, expiratory pressure, and then you have the IPAP, which is the inspiratory pressure. So when you breathe in, it's going to go up to that higher pressure, and then when you breathe out, it's going to go down to that lower pressure. This pressure differential for people with COPD and like poor lung function, they need a little more energy to help get it going. So what this does is it actually helps trigger it. Now there's different modes of this as well. So you could have BiPAP S, which would just be spontaneous. You have BiPAP S/T, which is spontaneous timed. And so what that is like if you imagine a circus high wire act guy walking across a beam, and yeah, they can do it by themselves, but if they fall, they have that net under them that's there to back them up. Well, that's what the T is for. So the spontaneous is they can do it on their own, but if they miss a breath or fall off the rope, that timed thing is there to kick in automatically and force a breath, or if you're the net, save their life. Was that a dumb analogy? I feel like that was a dumb analogy. And then you also have BiPAP time. So this is just flat. It's set for 12 breaths per minute. By God, it's going to give you 12 breaths per minute, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So, some people those work better for. And then you have the people that do better on an auto servo ventilator. So those are people with complex sleep apnea, a lot of centrals, Cheyne Stokes respiration. That crowd. And so that's when you see that waxing and waning, very like almost football shaped of their breathing. If that persists throughout the night or like 10 minutes or more, you can get that diagnosis. You'll just see a ton of central sleep apneas. And so in that case, the ASV would work best for you, and that would be the best machine. So as far as all that aside, what's the best machine? As far as brand name, I don't know. If you're one of those that like the made in the USA, you're going to want to go to Philips Respironics. They tend to be kind of no frills. They're a little uglier, but they're there. They work. The ResMed units are prettier looking visually. I think they have more bells and whistles like color LCD, stuff like that. All of them have heated tubes anymore. The humidifiers work well. The algorithms are slightly different. Respironics tends to be a little more conservative in their approach, whereas the ResMed is a little more aggressive in its approach as far as increasing the pressures. Beyond that, what else are you looking for? Are you going to be someone who you just want to wear the machine and not think about it? then it doesn't really matter what machine you want. If you're someone who's like right now, you're on YouTube, you're actually researching it, well, I think that you're a different brand of person. You're a little more inquisitive. And so you're probably going to want something where you can monitor the data yourself. And so in that, you're going to want something that's data capable. So a lot of these will have SD cards. You just want to look, a lot of the auto machines, auto CPAP machines or auto BiLevel machines will have a spot with an SD card, and they are by nature data capable because they have to be making, they're making all these calculations. And so they need a little bit of souped up processing power inside. So even if you need, this is a slight off track to that thought. If you need straight CPAP, I would still lobby your physician to get an auto titrating CPAP machine, because you can still set that in a straight CPAP mode. And with that comes later the option to move it to APAP mode if you want, where the pressure is variable. Just gives you that option, but they're all data capable. And by that, you can use free software programs like Sleepyhead. You can monitor your own data. If you don't know what Sleepyhead is, just visit my website, freecpapadvice.com. I have a whole section on it. But what it does, you can look at breath by breath. You can see what events are being flagged. You can see what the leak value is, the intended and unintended leak value of your mask. It gives you a lot of information. But again, if you're just going to be at home, you wear the mask, take it off at night, and don't give a flying crap about it during the rest of the day, you probably don't need to bother with it. But I'm just saying I'd still get the APAP because they cost the same. They cost the same. Might as well get the better one, right? Just gives you more options. That's pretty much it. So it's not a simple answer as far as what is the best PAP therapy device. It's simply not that simple. A lot of factors that go into it. So if you have any questions or problems, please let me know. freecpapadvice.com. You can contact the forum, freecpapadvice.com/forum, and post whatever question you have. Hopefully that helps. My name is Jason. Thank you.